Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us this morning as we release our biggest report, I think, that Victoria has seen on the volunteering sector. And we're pleased to have Anthony Carbines, Parliamentary Secretary for Carers and Volunteers, giving us the state government introduction to this report. Anthony, as hopefully you all have picked up by now, is our Parliamentary Secretary. He was elected to state government Ivanhoe in 2010 and has been re-elected 2 times subsequently. Anthony, welcome to our State of Volunteering release this morning.
G'day, Scott. It's a bit of making sure I unclick both my camera and mute and unmute. I think you're on mute will become the catch cry of 2020, perhaps. And
Indeed.
So looking forward to. You want me to jump in and say a couple of things?
We'd be very welcome and appreciative of that. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Scott. And can I just also acknowledge Uncle Bill Nicholson? And I've had the opportunity to work on occasions with Mandy Nicholson, and both in the rap that was done out at Yarra Valley Water, and also with the Jiri Jiri Dance Group in Banyule at different times in the electorate of Ivanhoe, obviously here on the banks of the Birrarung. So to Uncle Bill, thanks very much for your welcome this morning. And Waminchika to everybody today. Can I say, wherever you are online, we are on the lands of traditional owners, and not only to Uncle Bill, but to other elders who may be joining us today, welcome to you as well. I want to thank Scott on behalf of not only our government, but Minister Donnellan for the advocacy and the work of Volunteering Victoria. We can't, I suppose, raise the advocacy, the importance of volunteering, and trying to put some, how do you put some structure around something that is just immersed right through the Victorian community, but hopefully in a way of empowering and strengthening, and the resolve and the resilience of our volunteers is a big part of the work we want to do together. And very thankful to Scott and his work. I know that Tracy O'Neill, who's manager of volunteer service at the Austin, given it's also in the Ivanhoe electorate, I wanted to give her a bit of a shout out this morning as well. Can I just say that you know already a few of the key facts, which is that our state has some 2.3 million volunteers across the Victorian community. And I just want to thank all of those people who, back through Volunteering Victoria, make such a huge contribution and are helping us launch the State of Volunteering report, which we have here. Can I say that the funding, support and research that we've done together to help us develop the Victoria State of Volunteering report is what brings us together today. And we've never really done something like it before. It'll help our government in particular to support volunteer organisations and get a better understanding of the sector's needs. But we know that Victoria, everybody has at some time or another rolled their sleeves up to volunteer and get involved and connected to other people, which is a big part of what volunteering is about. Whether that at the moment is supporting vulnerable families in hard times, or some of those high profile aspects of volunteering in bushfires, but there's also just maintaining services, particularly through a worldwide pandemic. It's something that brings us together, and people get great value out of a contribution they make to others. That's why the Victorian Volunteer Strategy is just so important. We've invested some $800,000 to make it easier and safer for volunteers with that new, particularly the portal that's been critical. The We Volunteer portal is about trying to match volunteers in the community and get a better outcome for people who want to connect to organisations and to other Victorians to make a contribution to their community. Potential volunteers can register their interests on the portal, and we match to organisations where their skills are best suited. And volunteer organisations can also use the portal to make call-outs to volunteers. The government's also funding some 13 volunteer support organisations. I think we were aiming for 12, but there are just so many really great organisations that we squeezed in 13 to create safer roles on the portal and provide training, induction and management to our volunteers to keep them connected and safe And part of that is the people who coordinate and manage and support our volunteers. We want to empower them so they can keep as many of their colleagues at the pointy end of getting involved in the community. But that means sustaining and supporting those behind the scenes that pull it all together and give great support to our volunteers. So wherever it might be, food relief's been huge lately, of course, and helping those who are disconnected and lonely. I think the key thing about volunteering is it helps us all to connect with one another. It's often the way that we get back into community. It's often the way that we get our first start in life, engaging with other people or getting back into it. It's just so critical to our own health and well-being in more broadly. So together, can I say it's just great to launch the report today. It's a big part of formalising. No one wants to put too many hard structures around volunteering, but at the same time that we just recognise its potential as a government, and working with Volunteering Victoria and each and every one of you, we hope that we can build a more sustainable and robust volunteering connections around Victoria, because the more people volunteering and getting satisfaction and engagement from that, the stronger our community is. You're just critical players in it, and recognising that work and supporting it is something our government's committed to. So thanks so much for today, and really looking forward to not only the launch of the report, but where it takes us next. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Anthony, and thanks to the state government for their generous support and investment in this seminal report that we're really looking forward to unpacking today.